Hey everyone, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Kaylee. I am an artist, illustrator, and quilter in North Carolina, and thank you so much for being here. You might be able to tell we are not in our normal studio space. I'm actually in Georgia for the weekend. I'm in J, Georgia. We are here for a little weekend retreat. It is the 4th of July weekend, and although I'm not a very patriotic person, I will take any excuse to escape to a cabin in the woods, and that is what we're doing. Emily and Bentley and I are here with some really close friends of ours. It's actually their cabin, and they invited us to stay with them for the weekend, and we happily obliged. We are so happy to be here. We have been here for a couple days now. We got in here on Thursday night, and yesterday we had a really fun day. I also recorded an intro yesterday, but I was just not super happy with it because I felt kind of rushed. So I just wanted to sit in nature this morning and introduce the vlog and start the vlog off. But yeah, we are at the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains in Georgia, in northern Georgia, and it is absolutely beautiful here. It's a complete dream. And I hope that my lens is not fogging up. I think it looks okay now, but the humidity here is like insane. It feels like I'm in the rainforest, which my skin loves. My hair does not, my camera equipment does not, but you know, we will make do and make the best out of it that we can. So far this weekend has been a lot of just relaxing and hanging out with friends. Yesterday we did do a couple of activities and I did film while we were doing that, so I just want to go ahead and show you that footage now. Yesterday we had a really great day of checking out a little local mushroom farm. We went antiquing, we went out to eat, and that was basically it. It was a lot of like just hanging out in the town and seeing what the town environment and culture is like. So I'll go ahead and play that footage for you here, and I will touch base with you in a second.
Oh yeah.
But yes, it is currently Saturday, and it's just before noon. I think everybody else is in the front of the house shoveling some gravel, and I'm sitting that one out. I'm just here sipping my matcha. This cabin is actually right on the river. It is the Turnip Town River, which is like the cutest name ever, I feel like. And I think today's plan is just to hang out around the cabin, have some lunch, do some grilling later for dinner, and just have a good old time. I definitely want to take Bentley into the river at some point to play in the water. It's really shallow, so it's totally suitable for little puppies to go and check it out. Yeah, that's just kind of the plan. I did bring some sewing as well. I brought my big quilt top, and I did get some quilting done last night when everyone was kind of winding down, and I'm about half finished with the quilting so far, which is really exciting. So I'll definitely pull that out later to show you guys and hopefully do some sewing together. So yeah, this vlog will be a little bit different, probably not as sewing focused, which I know the last one wasn't as well, but it's just the season of life that I'm in right now. It is currently the middle of summer, and I'm trying to enjoy it as much as possible while also sewing and doing art and doing all the things. So it's nice that I can actually take my sewing with me and do both. Yeah, it's just a really fun time right now. I'm having a lot of fun here, and I'm really enjoying just being outside in nature and being away from people. It's really a little mountain town that we're staying in. I've never been here before, but it is like the vibes are just so correct. Yeah, let me actually show you the river while we're here. Do you see that? Isn't that so nice? So it goes this way, all the way down, and then it also goes down this way as well. But like I said, we are in a full-on jungle at the moment, which is just a dream come true. I love being out in the woods and out in nature, so I'm definitely taking full advantage of it, and I'm really happy that you're here and that you're watching. And I hope you guys are having a great summer as well if you're in the northern hemisphere. But that's what I know for now. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my second matcha. I'm gonna check in with the rest of the group and see what they're up to, and probably make some lunch soon. Actually, before we go upstairs to see what everybody else is doing, let me just take you down to the river to show you what that's all about. buddy. You got it. You got yourself into this mess. He's like, I'm freaking tired. Wanna go see Uncle Brad? Let's go.
This big.
I am back from the river, and I just wanted to show you guys the little pieces of treasure I found. I was mostly looking for ceramic or cool glass pieces, and I'm happy to report that I found a few. The first piece I found was this little piece of glass. It has like a really cool texture on it. Not sure what it's from, obviously. I mean, I would assume like a kitchen bowl or something. It isn't milk glass, but it does have a really cool little texture on it, if you can see that detail. And then when we ventured further down the river, I hit the mother lode and found all these amazing pieces. So the first thing I found, which is like my favorite, is this large piece of milk glass. It's really beautiful. It feels so nice. It's nice and smooth. I accidentally put these all through the washing machine just now, so they're nice and clean for us. Here's another little piece of milk glass that I found. And then I really love this one. This is a piece of clear glass, but you can see like the scalloped kind of detail on it. That is so cool to me. I love that. And I found other pieces of clear glass as well, but if they did not have kind of like a novel detail about them, I decided to leave them for the next person. And then my little love found this piece of ceramic, actually. She found it. She always has like the best luck finding little things for me like this. I always think about on one of our Minnesota trips when we would go to the beach in the middle of the winter and we would dig for agates, and she would always find the best ones, you know, and give them to me, of course. So this is the only piece of ceramic that was found, but otherwise a lovely little haul of treasures. I'm glad to have found some stuff to bring back with me. Otherwise, we just had lunch. The sun is back out again, so it's nice and sunny and warm. And I think it's like an afternoon nap time for everybody, but I am not very tired, so I will probably read a bit on my Kindle and hang out with Benny in the living room because he's up from his nap. I can hear him squeaking his toy inside. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little update on my treasures. Hey everyone, we are clearly back in the studio. I'm back home, and I am so happy to share that I have some really exciting news. Isn't this just such a lovely surprise? It is all quilted, and I have binding on the top edge and the bottom edge so far, but now we just have to do the sides and then we are done. It's all quilted and we're like 95% there. So yes, the quilt is almost finished. I just have 2 sides of binding to do. I usually do wraparound binding for my quilts, but this one, the muslin on the back wasn't the same muslin I used on the quilt top, so I wanted to have some continuity. So I'm doing 4 individual sides of binding, and if you have any questions about how I do that, I would love to share that with you. So I thought to send off this video, it would be nice to do some hand sewing together because I know there hasn't been virtually any sewing in the vlog up until this point. But I thought we could chat about how the trip went, how I'm feeling about this quilt, and ideas for the next quilt that's already in progress, I guess. So, but yeah, I hope you grab something cozy to drink as well. I'm just drinking some Earl Grey tea, and let's get started. Something that no one talks about is how hot it is to work on quilts during the summertime. I feel like I hear no one mention it. But yeah, I am upstairs in my studio and I am sweating bullets right now. And then I have this like big blanket on top of me as I'm finishing this binding. It is just, whew, it's a warm one. It's a toasty one. Especially being here in the South, the weather is nonstop. It is pretty relentless. So yeah, I'm a little warm, and on top of that, I am drinking hot tea. So I'm just kind of the master of my own chaos at the moment. But yeah, it's actually been almost 2 weeks since that trip. It is now the middle of July or a little bit past it. And yeah, since we've been back, I've just been trying to not put as much pressure on myself and just enjoy my summer. So that is why this vlog is coming out a little bit late. But yeah, that trip itself was kind of spur of the moment and, you know, something we last minute decided to go on. And I'm really glad that we did because I really had such a great time with everybody. And it was nice to just be in a different space and to show Bentley different things and have him like, you know, see how he adjusts to a long car ride and being in a new space. But to no one's surprise, he did really well. And I did bring this quilt with me, and I did get quite a bit of quilting done while we were there because I would do it in the evenings when everyone was kind of winding down and or already asleep. And so when we came back, I really just had like one session of quilting left to do. And so I did that and have since been just adding the binding. But yeah, I really enjoyed this quilting experience. I probably have mentioned it here before, but previously quilting has never been like my favorite part of the process. And in fact, it's been kind of monotonous and a little bit laborious for me. I'm not gonna lie, like it's never really been my favorite thing, but I really did actually enjoy the quilting of this one. I think something about just the vertical lines, I was really able to concentrate on the quilt top itself instead of like the stitches that I was making, if that makes sense. So it was just really nice to have a complete once over of the quilt again and be able to see all the little moments on the quilt that I likely won't take such a close inspection on again, you know, and just like in such a intentional and slow way. So it was a really nice like little bonding experience with the quilt, I will say, but I really did enjoy the quilting process of this one, and it actually went by pretty quickly, which is funny because this is the largest quilt I've actually ever made, by far. So yeah, it's funny how things like that work out sometimes. I had to re-up on my thread here, so now we are ready to go. I was just using a last little remnant that I had. Great trip, great summer so far, honestly. I have like no complaints at all. Again, it's just really, really fast paced, and I feel like I keep saying that in every vlog, but it is just so true. So I appreciate you guys coming back again and again, even when I'm a little bit inconsistent with uploading. It just is the nature of the season, but I'm having so much fun while I'm doing everything, and I like cannot complain about having a really full life at the moment. It's very sweet. And I do want to acknowledge how amazing all of you guys are. I'm getting so many messages about either framed quilts that you're making or how you are feeling inspired to start quilting, or just that you like my videos in general. Like it really, really means the world. Like I've always sought after some community that like accepts me for who I am. And not to be too cheesy about it, but I do feel like that is happening. And like it is just so sweet. I really love you guys a lot, and everyone that I've messaged or interacted with has been nothing short of amazing. I would love to know what you are working on at the moment. I always love reading those comments, and I love hearing about all the adventures of sewing or art making, crafting, whatever you want to call it, that you guys are doing, because you guys are so creative, and it's really fun for me to have an ear or like a little peek into your creative life as you do with mine. So please let me know what you are working on below in the comments. That would be awesome to talk about and share. In addition to doing a lot of sewing, as I typically am doing, I'm also getting back into reading again. I felt like I've been on a bit of a reading slump for really this entire year, to be honest. My favorite types of books to read are anything horror related. That may come as no surprise, but the weirder the better. I just finished reading The Suffering. I'll go ahead and put the title right here. That was great. That was a really quick one for me. I got it on my Kindle as part of Kindle Unlimited and gobbled it up. So religious horror is my favorite subgenre underneath horror, and I'm currently rereading Between Two Fires. I read it last year at some point. Didn't really get on with it. It was just a fever dream of a book, and it was hard for me to follow along. So I thought, with fresh eyes, I would read it again, and I am enjoying it. I also got one of those really cozy setups for my Kindle where I can attach it to the bedpost of our bed, and I can read in bed with it just above my face, which is a game changer. If you have like an e-reader of some sort, I strongly recommend getting one and trying it out. It really is like so nice, and to be able to just like click with a little remote to turn the pages. I'm not accidentally dropping my Kindle on my face anymore, which is great. Also, in addition to what you're working on, if you have any book recommendations for me, that would be awesome. Again, I love like a horror book. That's my first pick. I also love just like classics, historical fiction, that kind of thing. Also lit fic, I really am into. But if it's like a weird book, I probably will really enjoy it. So I would love to hear if you guys have any recommendations. I'm always down to take a rec and add it to my Kindle. I've also been going to the gym multiple times a week with Emily. We've kind of reconfigured our schedule. So we are going in the mornings now, which has been really good. It really is something that I need to frame as maintenance and upkeep for my body, and not something that I can like put off or dread going to. Like, it simply is just something I need to do to stay healthy and fit, and to be able to do the things that I love doing, which includes sewing. It's really actually hard on the body. Even though it's deemed as like a sitting hobby or a relaxing hobby, it really is hard on the body, especially when you're sitting, even in a position like this where my elbows are hovering and my neck is bent. Like, it is really tough on the body, especially if you're doing this for an hour on end or hours on end. I have definitely learned a lot this year just with going to OT and also being on a fitness journey about what really helps me. So if that's something you're interested in, like a quilter's guide to exercising and moving your body, I think that could be helpful. It's amazing how much stretching and just light weights can really, really benefit a person. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. I'm for sure not an expert, but I have picked up on some things that I feel like have truly helped me, and I would love to pass that along to somebody else if they're interested in learning about it. And I did also mention that the next quilt is already started and in progress. I'll give you guys a couple of hints. You may have noticed the shelf behind me, the second one up. That is where I keep all of my fabrics that I'm currently working with, and the last few videos, it's all been fabrics from this quilt, but now our color story is a little bit different. So that's one sneak peek. And then over my other shoulder, I do have the first piece of the quilt that I made on my desk here, and I've actually been using it as a tarot mat to lay cards on. But if you follow me on Instagram, you would have already seen it. So if you don't already, follow me there. I am really excited to go ahead and start on this new quilt. The quilt that I've been working on here in my lap for the last few months has been like a very cathartic, like kind of traversing through my grief and my sadness, but also celebrating the little moments that have brought me a lot of joy so far this year. I mean, I started this quilt in like March, I believe, February or March of this year, and now it's July. So for it to be finished feels pretty right. But this next quilt is a really deep dive into something that happened in my past. It's not concerning the present or manifesting for the future at all. This quilt is really going to be a love letter to my past self. You know, I probably will keep the significance and some of the imagery secret and private to me, but as far as techniques and stuff go, you know, I'm always more than willing to share my process and how I do things and what I'm thinking about things as I'm doing them. And to kind of describe the aesthetic nature of this next quilt, I'm really thinking about like vintage Valentines and that kind of like aesthetic. So like pinks and reds and little cherubs, flowers, love letters, hearts, like all those kind of images will be in this quilt. That's all I'm gonna say about it for now. So that all being said, I'm just doing the last few little whip stitches here at the end of this side of the quilt, and then I'll flip it over and attach the binding to the back side. But after I finish this, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and finish editing this video that you're watching now. So again, if you made it this far into the video and to the end, thank you so much for watching. It means so much to me, and I mean it every time I say it. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your viewership and your participation and your interaction. I am really so grateful, and I hope you're having a great summer as well. And I look forward to hearing about what you're working on in the comments. But I will catch up with you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.